All right, well, I think I got everything out that I need for my brakes. Finally gonna do the front brakes on my truck, 2014 Chevy Silverado 1500. Did the rear, didn't really show how to do the rear because there's lots of videos. But I got Detroit axle drilled inside of road. So, gonna show you guys how to do it if anyone's curious on actually like what I'm doing on a rusty Minnesota truck. So, got my tools out. I mean, just the basic stuff. Also gonna want this, and I'm just about out, but gonna want that. You don't really need it for southern vehicles, but in Minnesota, you definitely want it. And you might want this if they're really rusted. The torch, the bolts. Oh yeah, gonna want. Yeah, I need a new toolbox, I know, but this one was free. The assaults, got these. You gotta find, there's two. Two of those directly apart from each other. I didn't want to scratch it, but oh well. It is really hot out here. But yeah, as you can see, it's gonna be fun in there. So then I got my 6 lugs, which on this truck, locking lug nut, so like you need a wheel key, which I have this cheap Amazon kit, and it works great. Mine is a 2122, and then it's a 21 millimeter on the end. All right, wheels off, jack stands are in place on the frame rail, and then I got the jack over there for extra support. But this is fine for doing brakes. Usually you'd slide the wheel right here, but to be honest, if the truck falls, I'd rather the truck get damaged than the wheels, because the wheels are not cheap on this one. I know that sounds stupid, but this truck's pretty rusty. But as you can see, look at this. This is gonna be, oh my God, fun. Good thing I don't have to take these calipers off with the brake lines. Wow, bro. Yeah, this thing needs a whole suspension rebuild, needs everything. Needs lifters. But you know what? It's a good work truck, so. And appears to have a newer transmission. But yeah, basically PB blaster, the caliper bolts, the slide bolts, and then the bracket bolts are the tough ones. They get really hard to do, especially if they get rounded from rust. And then I always take the caliper hat off first, hang it up somewhere where the brake line's not being hung on, and then just take the bracket off, and most likely gonna have to pull that out. Thank God that doesn't look rusted. These rotors actually don't look too bad, but they got rust on them. But yeah, probably gonna have to. So for these, like a trick, if they're really rusty and you're wailing on it, put your lug nuts on here so you don't break a stud, and then hit here. Spray a PB blaster in here and in the studs once your caliper's off. And if that's not working and it's still not budging, which sometimes that happens when it's really bad, like on my rear, the e-brakes were seized to the inside of my rotors. So it took me a while, and I just ripped out my e-brakes because I don't need them. But like if this happens and you take your caliper bolts, the pin, these ones, they thread into here, and that will push your rotor off. All right, got these all 4 broken loose. These 2 were pretty simple. Highly recommend a breaker bar, like this 3/8 drive breaker bar. I got an 18 on there. These are an 18. These were like a 19. Just break it loose with that. Yeah, ignore the work boots. And then you can throw your, it's so much easier with a breaker bar. Either that, or if you only have a wrench like this, you might break it. But that mallet, and whack it. But breaker bars are just amazing. Yeah, those are coming out like butter. That's impressive considering this rust. That's wild. But I am going to look into here, because pretty soon I will be doing lifters. So I will be doing that, and then I'm going to do a full suspension, because I mean everything like structural wise is fine. I would like to do the suspension. So I'll probably get some rough country upper control arms. Basically everything in the suspension, because I do want this truck to last me in the next, 4 or 5 years. And I am planning on doing lifters, like I said, so might as well do some other stuff to make it good, because that's the biggest weak point of this truck. All right, as you saw, that came out very easy. These rotors came off like insane, and my bearings are nice and good. No weird noises. They spin freely, no play in them. So it's rusty, don't get me wrong, but I've seen worse. This is why we're doing the rotors. Look at the backside. And I'm pretty sure they're warped because of the shake I get when I drive. See, it's deceiving because the front side looks good. Oh, I can't believe how easy these rusted brakes came all the way off. That is insane. Bearings good over here too. That's awesome. Yeah, near future suspension rebuild coming. I think that'd be fun. All right, and putting these on, just kind of figuring out. I always get confused if I have them on the right way or not because of the orientation. But usually it's, you look at the vanes inside here, and if they're slotted, then that you want that pointed towards, I believe, the rear to vent hot air away. But these are straight, so it technically doesn't matter. All right, so this side's done. Bolts are torqued down. I don't do torque specs for this shit. I just torque it tight. Pads are greased up. Slide pins are greased up. About just had a heart attack, so I was compressing this. On these dual piston calipers, I just use this. You put that in there with your caliper compressor or a C-clamp, but this is easy. And you twist it, and it compresses it. But on the dual piston, I put one hand on the piston that's not being touched by that and push at the same time, and it still does it, or just go back and forth slowly. But I about had a heart attack. Brake fluid started pissing down, and I was like, oh my God, I popped a line, pushing that back in, even though it was going in super smooth, which is great. These front brakes were amazing. The pads fit good, which usually my Detroit axle pads don't. These fit great. I don't want to hear people saying these are on wrong, because I don't really care. The vents are straight. They're not angled, so it's good enough. I don't think it matters. I mean, it does if these fins in here are slanted, but these are not. They're straight, so it shouldn't matter either way. And yeah, I about had a heart attack. Forgot I took my the cap off. You're supposed to take the cap off that to compress them or crack the bleeders. Whew, I almost thought I popped a brake line. I about crapped my pants. All right, all done. All in all, with how rusty my suspension is on this truck, it was a lot quicker than I thought. There was no banging, swearing, pounding, nothing. I can't believe it. Looks good. Now I'm going to go take it for a first drive, make sure there's no noises, but yeah, there won't be. It was pretty simple. Next up is suspension on this thing, lifters, and some exhaust work, and probably a Roush or a K&N cold air intake. Not K&N, rough country cold air intake. So yeah, I mean, I'm not doing a ton to this, but I am going to do the lifters because they do tap and I want it to be good for a while. Hooker shorty headers. I got my Black Widow exhaust here to put on. My muffler. Yeah, just a couple other things and just work it, you know what I mean? And since we didn't take any brake lines off the front, we don't have to bleed it. So that's also good. Feels good right out the gate, so it's gonna be good. And just be easy on them for a little bit. Oh yeah, feels good. No weird noises. Nothing like that. We're good to go. It's a good work truck. It's got a lot of miles, 220,000 miles, but I plan on doing all this work and keeping it as a work truck. Yeah, I don't really care. I got it so cheap that it was worth it, I paid $7,500 for it with these wheels on it and that newer transmission, so I definitely don't mind doing lifters. Oh yeah, stop's really good now.